I'm Steve Hunt. I'm a certified public accountant, and I am the owner of College Tax Refunds, where we help recent college students and their parents claim thousands of dollars that they don't even know they missed on their old tax returns. And that money can be a real game changer. I've been recently talking about 15 critical, common, costly mistakes that recent college students and other young adults and their parents make at tax time. I'm trying to help you understand how to avoid making these mistakes and also how to fix your old taxes if you find out that you have actually made these mistakes and you want to get your money back. So today we're going to take a deeper dive into the fifth mistake that we're talking about, which is reporting the numbers from your Form 1098-T directly into your tax software without even altering the numbers if necessary. So just relying on your tax software to actually use your tuition numbers correctly and calculate the best credit on your behalf. So earlier I explained what a 1098-T is in an earlier video, and there's a picture of it down at the bottom of your screen. It is the form that is issued by your university or your college reporting to you and to the IRS how much tuition you paid and how much scholarships you received. Pell Grants and scholarships that are reported on the tax form can be entered into your software and then chosen to be taxed or to be tax-free, untaxed, okay? And the financial aid, if it is tax-free, will reduce your tuition and therefore reduce the amount of the American Opportunity Tax Credit that you can claim. And that tax credit is worth up to $2,500. I've talked about it in detail on the last couple of videos. So if you tax some of your financial aid, your scholarships and your Pell Grants, at whatever low tax rate that you might have as a student, then you can usually claim a larger American Opportunity Tax Credit, which is worth way more than the little bit of tax that you might owe. So you still want to make sure, however, that you don't tax too much of your scholarships and your financial aid, your grants, because that might reduce your earned income credit or your additional child tax credit or your premium tax credit. And all of this could make it so that, you know, playing with the numbers like we're talking about might result in a worse situation for you. So you really want to make sure that you do this calculation, which is very complicated, absolutely correctly to make sure that you're getting the biggest refund possible. The calculation is, quote, unusually complex. That's a phrase directly from the IRS, talking about how determining how much scholarship and Pell Grant you should include in your income in order to claim the very best refund is unusually complicated whenever Pell Grants and scholarships are concerned. And a lot of accountants and CPAs don't know this. They don't know that you even have a choice about how much to include. So why does TurboTax, H&R Block, and the software that your CPAs use get it wrong? Okay, so again, this is a mistake where you are relying too much on your software or even on your family CPA. So assuming that you actually do use your Form 1098-T, which again is something that some students just forget to do, and you hand it over to your CPA or you enter it into your TurboTax, TurboTax, H&R Block Online, and other CPA software simply report your scholarships and your Pell Grants as tax-free. That's the default mechanism. They're just like, oh, you got scholarships, you got Pell Grants. Okay, non-taxable. And when they do that, that results in you not being able to claim the full amount of the American Opportunity Tax Credit. You end up claiming only a partial amount, which loses you an average of $1,300, because that's not the most beneficial way to compute the American Opportunity Tax Credit for students. And especially when your scholarships and Pell Grants are within $4,000. Here's your tuition amount, and if your scholarships or Pell Grants is up to $4,000 more than your tuition or $4,000 below your tuition, in that range, that's where you especially are going to miss some of the American Opportunity Tax Credit and miss some money that you could claim. Most CPAs don't even realize that their tax software is doing it in this poor way, that they're doing it wrong. I mean, the tax software is technically correct, but it certainly doesn't result in the highest refund. The same is true for TurboTax. They would tell you that they are technically doing it correctly, but they're not getting you the highest possible refund. And the CPAs don't even realize there's another way you can do it because they're not college tax experts. As a result, according to the IRS, 9 million students are failing to claim the credit correctly every single year, and students with scholarships or grants miss an average of $1,300 per year. So what do you do if you missed that money on your old tax return? If you just went ahead and entered your numbers directly off of your 1098T into TurboTax, you didn't even think that maybe you could change those numbers a little bit. And even if you know how to change those numbers, you don't know exactly what you're allowed to change them to. So what do you do if you did it wrong and you're worried that maybe you didn't get the full credit? This is why I created collegetaxrefunds.com, was to help recent college students like you, specifically my own college students that I taught when I was a tax teacher at university. I noticed that they were missing this money on their old taxes, and I wanted to make a place where they could go and very immediately, quickly, easily, and risk-free find out exactly how much money they missed on their old taxes, and then they would know that they need to go back and fix those old tax returns. And I want to provide that information to you, again, completely risk-free. You don't have to pay anything to find out how much money you missed on your old taxes. You go to collegetaxrefunds.com, you use the free quote button there on the right side of your screen. It will ask you how much tuition you had, which you get off your 1098T, how much scholarships and Pell Grants you had, and then it'll ask you for about a dozen anonymous numbers off of your tax return for that year. You don't have to put in your social security number. You don't even have to put in your name or your email address if you don't want to, or your phone number or anything. You just enter in a few dollar numbers, and it will immediately tell you how much money you missed on your old taxes. Then, if you'd like, College Tax Refunds can help you claim that money from the IRS. We have a relationship with the IRS that allows us to help you get that those thousands of dollars back that you missed. Or you can do it yourself if you'd like to fight the IRS yourself. And we can provide information on our YouTube channel here, as well as on our website, exactly how you can determine how much scholarships and grants to report on your taxes and how much of the American Opportunity Tax Credit you should claim. So we try to make all that information available to you just so that you can get the money that you missed. If you do have any questions or any concerns, please reach out to me at collegetaxrefunds.com or write your comments or questions in the comments below. Please subscribe to this channel, this College Tax Refunds channel, and like this video and share it with your friends, especially your friends who were recently in college or your friends who have students as their dependents, because all of them may have missed money and you want to help them get the money that they missed. I also want to point out that at the bottom of that College Tax Refunds webpage, there's more information there about just exactly why students are missing the money. There's some testimonials here from some of the thousands of students that we've helped get back millions of dollars on their old taxes, as well as a fact sheet linked directly from irs.gov website explaining why 9 million students every single year are missing this money. And I want you to be aware of that. Once again, like this video, please share it with your friends. And if you have any questions or comments, put it in the comments below. Have a great day.